Hi, this is Dr. Doug Lucas answering a question that we received on social media. The question was basically, what do I do now that I'm in the house with my kids or my family or my grown adult kids, and they don't share the same behaviors that I do regarding food? Um, this is tough. We're all in this new situation. I think that the idea to work from home and homeschool your kids and lead some kind of a normal life is cruel in nature, but important. And so we're all doing this thing together, and there are a lot of strategies that you can impart to help guide yourself as you go through the day. And every time you look at a piece of food is an opportunity for you to continue to sort of zig and zag and make these decisions. What I want to do in this discussion is talk about the difference between craving and hunger. So when you are feeling like you need to eat something, it's really important to decipher between the two. So a craving is a psychological need. A craving, by the medical dictionary, is a psychological need to obtain something. Now, in this case, we're talking about food. And for people that have strong food addictions, this is a real thing. Every bit as powerful as a craving for a drug or a craving for gambling or other behaviors. Hunger, on the other hand, is a biological, typically hormonally driven response to your body wanting food. They can feel very similar. Cravings, though, are identifiable by the fact that they happen in relation to something, whether it be walking in the house after work or you go into a restaurant. Automatically you're craving chips and salsa, and a lot of times cravings are for one particular thing that you might have a strong desire for. Hunger, on the other hand, is typically a little bit less specific, can be time related as well, but it depends on a number of factors like how active you've been. When was the last time you ate? How used to going long times between meals are you? Are you a fan of intermittent fasting or time restricted feeding? That is an excellent tool to learn what hunger feels like. Both of these things can be identified and both of them go away. Cravings, if you identify them as a craving and say, I know I just walked in the house, I'm actually not hungry because I just had dinner with some colleagues before I got home. Label that as a craving and it'll go away. The more you look at a different approach to what you do when you meet that same stimulus, the less strong that craving will be. So, for example, if you were to eat, let's talk about coming home after work. If you were to start eating dinner, let's say with your wife before you get home, and you walk in the door and you change the behavior that it results from you going through that stimulus of walking through the door, eventually the craving will go away. I'm not saying you should eat out every night, but that's just an example of how you change a craving once you recognize it as such. Hunger, on the other hand, also will go away. Hunger comes in waves, and for those of us that like to do intermittent fasting, particularly prolonged fasts, you know that hunger will come and go, and there are a number of techniques to help that go away, but that's a whole nother topic. I think that other strategies that you can impart while you're in the house with your kids would be take your food, the things that you want to eat, and put them in your place. So you know that when it's time for you to eat and you've recognized that you have hunger, then you can go to your place and eat your food. Anything else, it's not food for you. It's not for you. And if you are worried about throwing away food, this is not new. We recognize that our kids are eating things typically that our bodies can't tolerate, and it's either going to go in the trash or it's going to become trash on you. And so I strongly encourage you to remember that as you go through this. So summary, cravings, hunger, they are two very different things. And I would encourage you to look at which is which and see if that can help you get through these times. I hope everybody's surviving out there, and we'll continue to post as many of these as we can. So please leave us comments. Love to answer questions that you have and help you guys get through this.